Richard Middleton, A Memory, by Henry Savage. LibriVox.org. Although most of Richard Middleton's work appeared in various journals of his day, it is not surprising that his name is still practically unknown. The end doubtless would have been served by the publication of a book in his lifetime, but this apart, few people are interested in poetry, and very few know poetry when they see it. He was, again, poor, and but for certain friends with a more or less deep sense of his value, the adventure of literature would have been even more difficult. Occasional articles and reviews for the Academy were followed by more settled work on Vanity Fair, in which paper were published many of his poems. Later he resumed his earlier connection, and wrote also for the English Review. The last 9 months of his life he spent in Brussels, dying there at the age of 29. He was of striking appearance. His unfashionable thick beard and long hair, his massive, deeply lined forehead and fine eyes, compelled attention, but to me at least he is chiefly memorable for a certain air of simple dignity and sense of self-respect. In earlier days, intolerant of fools, he grew to be more patient, and had he lived, would, I think, have suffered fools gladly. The genuine kindness, the gentleness and benignity of the man latterly was remarkable. Under his care, and almost isolated as he was in Brussels, the old pagan spirit of the poems was changing. He was becoming more humane. In one of his later letters, "I grew a little warmer," he wrote, "to men and women in general," and in another letter, "I feel drawn toward young children and people who are simple and kindly and not too clever. They give me a glimpse of the life that I have missed in my passionate search for enjoyment." Certainly he would not have written any more poems like his Irene. Indeed, in his last year he wrote scarcely any poetry at all, devoting himself to prose. With his contemporaries he had but little in common. They were, he considered, for the most part, propagandists. Propagartists he called them, moralists, reformers, anything but what he would have had them be, lovers of beauty. Of the poets he at one time greatly admired Mr. A. E. Housman, but admitted later that the distinctive bitter flavour of the Shropshire Lad was against its being of the highest quality. Mr. Kenneth Grahame is the author with whom he was most in sympathy. When his essays are collected, it will be found that he shares with Mr. Grahame and Stevenson the rare gift of evoking the thoughts and feelings of childhood. With young people he was always on terms of equality. Hearing of his death, "I cannot possibly tell the children," wrote a friend. "We all had a real affection for him, and here he was always at his best." Such was the man. Of his genius I am not using words idly when I say that it is of that rare quality which will sooner or later ensure him a recognized position in the front rank of English poets. Those who are not moved by the beauty of the poetry in this volume may find beauty elsewhere, and had better seek it elsewhere. There is that in it beyond the reach of mere criticism. It is of that substance which lives. End of Richard Middleton, A Memory, by Henry Savage. This recording is in the public domain. In Memoriam, by Richard Middleton, LibriVox.org. Now in this sombre and regretful place, Grey when the sun has crimsoned all the west, With sorrow like a mask upon my face, I lay my dreams to rest. Poor dreams that are as many as my days, Poor days that are as many as my dreams. The spring once gave you all his roundelays, The harvest moon her beams. This one was wet with delicate grey rain, And this sang ballads to an amber moon, And this set tender harmonies of pain To a delicious tune. All fallen into dust! Ah God, that I had stayed unknowing in my first glad bed, If thus beneath the drear and desolate sky I had not laid my dead. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Chant, Pagan by Richard Middleton, read for LibriVox.org by Eva Davis. Chant, Pagan. Lay down your sword of thunder, you little gods of wonder. We have sought young love in the world above, and the earth is rent asunder. By lightning you may blind him, and in his darkness bind him. By flower and sod on the steps of God we shall seek young love and find him. And heaven's dimmest rafter shall tremble to our laughter, while we leave our tears to your hopeless years, though there be nothing after. And while your day uncloses its lorn and tattered roses, we shall pluck the stars from your prison bars and bind celestial posies. An hour to heap our treasure and tread our careless measure, an hour of dreams where the rainbow gleams and the moonlight takes its pleasure. An hour to find what bliss is in freer worlds than this is. An hour to lie twixt earth and sky and conquer time with kisses. Step down from your high places, you gods of fallen races. By field and flood our pagan blood shall mock you to your faces. By craven fear begotten, your musty bones grow rotten. By night and day, when wise men pray, your creeds shall be forgotten. No son of man shall fear you, no woman shall come near you. Your lips may cry from your riven sky, and the lover shall not hear you. Lay down your sword of thunder, you little gods of wonder. We have sought our love in the world above, and your veil is rent asunder. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
The Bathing Boy by Richard Middleton. Read for LibriVox.org by Nemo. The Bathing Boy. I saw him standing idly on the brim of the quick river, in his beauty clad. So fair he was that Nature looked at him, and touched him with her sunbeams here and there, so that his cool flesh sparkled, and his hair blazed like a crown above the naked lad. And so I wept. I've seen lovely things, maidens and stars, and roses all a nod, in moonlit seas, but love without his wings, set in the azure of an August sky, was all too fair for my mortality, and so I wept to see the little god. Till with a sudden grace of silver skin and golden lock he dived, his song of joy broke with the bubbles as he bore them in. And lo, the fear of night was on that place, till decked with new-found gems and flushed of face, he rose again, a laughing, choking boy. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
On a Dead Child by Richard Middleton, read for LibriVox.org by Eva Davis. On a Dead Child. Man proposes, God in his time disposes. And so I wandered up to where you lay, a little rose among the little roses, and no more dead than they. It seemed your childish feet were tired of straying. You did not greet me from your flower-strewn bed, yet still I knew that you were only playing at being dead. I might have thought that you were really sleeping, so quiet lay your eyelids to the sky. So still your hair, but surely you were peeping, and so I did not cry. God knows, and in his proper time disposes, and so I smiled and gently called your name, added my rose to your sweet heap of roses, and left you to your game. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
The Carol of the Poor Children by Richard Middleton, read for LibriVox.org by Sandra Schmidt. THE CAROL OF THE POOR CHILDREN. We are the poor children, come out to see the sights, On this day of all days, on this night of nights. The stars in merry parties are dancing in the sky, A fine star, a new star, is shining on high. We are the poor children, our lips are frosty blue, We cannot sing our carol as well as rich folk do. Our bellies are so empty we have no singing voice, But this night of all nights good children must rejoice. We do rejoice, we do rejoice, as hard as we can try. A fine star, a new star, is shining in the sky. And while we sing our carol we think of the delight The happy kings and shepherds make in Bethlehem to night. Are we naked, mother, and are we starving poor? Oh, see what gifts the kings have brought outside the stable door. Are we cold, mother? The ass will give his hay To make the manger warm and keep the cruel winds away. We are the poor children, but not so poor, who sing our carol with our voiceless hearts to greet the new-born King. On this night of all nights, when in the frosty sky A new star, a kind star, is shining on high. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
The Unknown Road by Richard Middleton. Read for LibriVox.org by Sonia. The Unknown Road. The road crept gaily from the town, and all the knights adventurous were riding up and riding down, aye, all the gallant warriors, whose hopeful hearts may God befriend, along the road without an end. Right well they fared, yet, on the way, that young hearts all sing eagerly, were some who wrought in colours gay at painted boards and tapestries. This is the road to love, they said, and this the pavement of the dead. The knights felt sad. Which way, they cried, now may we go adventurous? Not to the courts of love we ride, nor to the mouth of sepulchres. Not for our hearts were these things shown, which seek for God, the great unknown. Now they about their eyes have tied the scarfs of youth invincible, and down the laughing road they ride in places dark and dangerous, seeking the ways no man has trod, to justify their swords to God. And so it seems the thing doth fare with men of mind adventurous. The critics labour everywhere with cunning hand unwavering what time, regardless of their light, the poets wander in the night. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
The Last Cruise by Richard Middleton. Read for LibriVox.org by Larry Wilson. The stars were out overhead, and lo, I cried, nevermore, nevermore shall the palace know me. And high on the masts the white sails trembled as skyward the good ship bore her cargo of shadows. Never a word of regret as I stood on her moonlit poop, and sang not of old past things, but of wonders to be, and saw great birds with a glory of plumage swoop down the sea's meadows. Ah, the wind on my forehead that might not blow on the earth! Surely the gates were open, and I might forget the quiet eyes of the past that seemed life's worth, that were but seeming. I saw the lights of a ship march slowly over the sea, and the land fell away behind me, and into the night that covereth all things and passeth no more for me, my heart went dreaming. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
The Song of the King's Minstrel by Richard Middleton. Read for LibriVox.org by Sandra Schmidt. The Song of the King's Minstrel. I sing no longer of the skies, and the swift clouds like driven ships, for there is earth upon my eyes, and earth between my singing lips. Because the king loved not my song that he had found so sweet before, I lie at peace the whole night long, and sing no more. The king liked well my song that night. Upon the palace roof he lay with his fair queen, and as I might, I sang, until the morning's grey crept over their faces, and the king, mocked by the breaking dawn above, clutched at his youth, and bade me sing a song of love. Well it might be, the king was old, and though his queen was passing fair, his dull eyes might not catch the gold that tangled in her wayward hair. It had been much to see her smile, but with my song I made her weep. Our heavens last but a little while, so now I sleep. More than the pleasures that I had I would have flung away, to know my song of love could make her sad. Her sweet eyes fill and tremble so. What were my paltry store of years, my body's wretched life to stake, against the treasure of her tears, for my love's sake? Not lightly is the king made wise, my body ached beneath his whips, and there is earth upon my eyes, and earth between my singing lips. But I sang once, and for that grace I am content to lie and store the vision of her dear wet face, and sing no more. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
The Rebel by Richard Middleton. Read for LibriVox.org by Nemo. The Rebel. I am the man who wandered in the skies to a strange place hung round with flowing silk, wherein were set the stars from north to south. And there I saw a god with dreamy eyes, and monstrous shadowing beard that dripped with milk, and there was honey on his drooping mouth. Then I rejoiced to see him newly fed, because his forehead shone without a fold, while his vast chest beat out the pulse of years. I come for tidings of the newly dead, I cried, and flung before him all my gold, and all my pitiful prayings and my tears. The god dreamed on, and all about him swayed the starry tapestries, and in their deep I saw new planets quicken and burn dim. But I had loved, and I was unafraid, and while the fat god panted in his sleep and snorted centuries, I hated him. Will you not wake, O God, because he calls who for your sake has knelt beneath the sky, and for the sake of her but newly dead? But still the stars held mazy festivals, and universes throbbed melodiously, and still the god down drooped his drowsy head. And so, because he would not heed my prayer, I turned on him with laughter as he lay, and mocked him for a whittle to his face, and laughing swept the field of heaven bare, and as the long night trembled into day, I set myself upon a throne in space. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
The Flower Girl by Richard Middleton. Read for LibriVox.org by Recording Person. The Flower Girl. I stand here all the day, calling my roses under a sunny sky. Oh, will you buy my pretty posies, my lords and ladies gay? 13 summers are dead, with all their roses. Now cry I down the street, oh, buy my sweet, my pretty posies, my flowers white and red. The wind sings all the day, swaying my roses. Oh, come, my little one, come heed the sun, and drop your posies, my little one, and play. I bend my weary head down to my roses. He would not be unkind, the gentle wind, my pretty posies, but oh, that I were dead. And still I stand all day, calling my roses. So old am I. Oh, will you buy my pretty posies, my lords and ladies gay? End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Lullaby by Richard Middleton, read for LibriVox.org by B. Heath. She can be found at Bankerism.com. Ah, little one, you're tired of play. Sleep's fingers rest upon your brow. You've been a woman all the day. You'd be a baby now. Oh, baby, you'd be my baby now. Perhaps you had forgotten me, because the daisies were so white. But now you come to mother's knee, my little babe tonight. Oh, baby, my baby every night. Tomorrow when the sun's awake, you'll seek your flowery fields again, but night shall fall, and for my sake, you'll be a baby then. Oh, baby, my little baby then. And you'll grow big and love will call, happen you'll leave me for your man, and night times when the shadows fall, I'll greet as mothers can. Oh, baby, as only mothers can. And now, my little heart of May, lie closely, sleep is on your brow. You've been a woman all the day. You'd be my baby now. Oh, baby, my little baby now. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Adrift by Richard Middleton, read for LibriVox.org by Larry Wilson. Oh, the days, the angry days, hot on all the watery ways, and the night that gave us only stars to make the whole world lonely. Weary heart and weary head, all too weary to be dead, we as children seeking shadows danced along the sea's green meadows. Always would the hours unfold, endless days of ghastly gold, and the sun that might not pity triumphed o'er the golden city, where we wandered maze on maze, street on street of heat and haze, sung by bells in every quarter, and their song was "Water, water." We with black and muttering lips called to dreamy far off ships. When they passed, we peering after cackled forth in dreamy laughter, till time vanished and hope done, and beneath the ringing sun our shrunk bodies blazed and embered. Lo, a sail! God had remembered. Oh, the days, the empty days, down along the watery ways, and the nights that gave us only stars to make the whole world lonely. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
To Lily by Richard Middleton, read for LibriVox.org by Recording Person. To Lily. The black trees lean towards their starry god, and murmur to me in the dreamy light, while I stoop down to pluck the lilies white that grow wherever your glad feet have trod. O my beloved, my song is of the night. Cool on my forehead, underneath the sky, the soft wind blows, and in the dew-wet grass the lilies cluster where your feet did pass. Cluster and dance to me, but never die, for I've borne them to my treasury, even to my fair treasury of dreams, where all I have of you is garnered fast. Moonlit and sunlit lilies of the past, spoil of dead stars, to speak of love it seems, even in that great dream which is the last. For they shall sway about me in that place, wherein my soul shall lay my body down, and all along the streets of death's grey town their scent shall bear remembrance of your grace, and where they triumph I shall see your face. O my beloved, my song is of the night, the quiet night with dewy eyes that weep for very gladness on the lilies white, which cluster in the dreams of my delight, and whisper love across the hills of sleep. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
The Glad Nights of Spring by Richard Middleton, read for LibriVox.org by Nemo. The Glad Nights of Spring. We are the men who make the world a song, for all the children of the world to sing. We are the lonely rulers of the spring, dreaming upon our thrones the whole night long, till high upon the eastern hills there glows the summer like a rose. And while in dim forgotten graves there sleep, if God grant lightly, those who long ago danced to the loving winds of spring, they know that on the dying hours our watch we keep, to welcome back across the midnight airs no other love than theirs. Her voice is like the song of hidden streams, laughing at dusk. Her feet are wet with dew, her eyes are set with God's eternal blue. She is the perfect lady of our dreams, and far across the night and far we seek her like a star. There is no resting place for tired head like her soft breast. There is no love like hers, and ever on her gentle lips there stirs the triumphing song that comforted the dead. Over their graves the dewy trees shine wet, but they may not forget. We are the rulers of the quiet hours, who love where loved the dead, and in our hands we hold the keys of fair, untrodden lands, where summer comes not to perplex the flowers, but spring stays ever, and spring music fills the dark and dreamy hills. End a poem. This recording is in the public domain.
To Dorothy by Richard Middleton. Read for LibriVox.org by Recording Person. To Dorothy. The night has sprinkled all the woods with dew. Stars wink in grassy places, and the trees bend down their sodden mournful heads wherethrough rare night birds thrill their harsh discordancies, and far upon the silent hills there roll strange shapes of mist, and soft bewildered things beat on my shrinking face with noisome wings. But there are noonday revels in my soul. Beyond the sombre woods your window shines, gold for the night and morning for my eyes, and to my passion's love enchanted wines have touched with crimson all the midnight skies. When far across the dismal earth there steals your sunlight sweetness, there were no more day, though from his beaten pavements far away the summer sun drove his fierce chariot wheels. O love, look forth, for I have crossed the night, the bitter night, full many a weary mile. I have made careless songs for your delight, and plucked my dreams apart to dare your smile. I have flung all my treasure in your way, that it might thrill to dust beneath your feet. But night is near me now, and oh, my sweet, my very love, look forth and give me day. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
To C.M. by Richard Middleton. Read for LibriVox.org by Nemo. To C.M. Dear dreamer, with the wonderful wide eyes, you are not mine to love, nor may I know under what star, beneath what passionate skies, your feet exulting go. But I have seen your eyes made bold with tears, and love rebuke the rebellious hemispheres. I know I am as nothing in your place of sombre love and strange, magnificent flowers, but I have loosed your hair about my face to witch my midnight hours, and I have dreamed that your sweet tears are shed on me at dawn, when I bring forth my dead. My feet across the threshold of your shrine, whence your love's incense to the stars is curled, may wander not, but for this peace of mine. Oh, laugh away my world, and let me see beneath the enchanted skies Spring and your lover hold their revelries. Oh, let me hear you speak to him, and share, though none of mine, the reticent sweet song that charms your sleep-bound courts and cities where your glad dream courtiers throng to greet across the vision-paved ways your starlit nights, your fair desirous days. There is a bitterness in love for me, for every kiss shall burn my flesh with fire. I am a prince of thwarted ecstasy, of unassuaged desire. Yet would I know your new bewitched skies, dear dreamer, and your passionate wide eyes. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Christine by Richard Middleton. Read for LibriVox.org by Nemo. Christine. How cold she is, and yet that shade of her who fills my dreams with sensuous images, has veins of warmer, quicker blood than these who yield me their affections? Might I stir the secret pool that is her heart, and blur with ringed ripples the tranquillities which are a deathly glass to one who sees his own swart soul, where truth and wonder were? Would love unfold his wings and fan my face with odorous winds of dreams made animate, and wondered things become the things that are? Or should I turn and seek another place, while from the broken halls and desolate she wandered forth to greet the morning star? End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
To HS by Richard Middleton. Read for LibriVox.org by recording person. To HS. Love is life's enemy, for we who hold within our dreams our passionate carouse count not dawn's silver or the sunset's gold, winning dim jewels for our vision house, while all the noontime blossoms lose their scent and all life's flowers droop their faded heads. We gather roses from celestial beds and lilies from the starlit firmament. And being born of dreams, they shall not die, for though the dreamers perish, these shall wake, earth with their fragrant immortality, and on the hills their lovely buds shall break. Well of our dreams, new lovers' dreams shall be, and in our night time they shall find their rest, watching the sun pass down into the west, stained by the wine of our old ecstasy. We saw the new-made stars dance forth above, and we shall see them flicker out and die. We are but moments in the tide of love, yet are we one with love's eternity. And when the immortal wearies of his moods, and is no more, our song shall capture still the place of timeless silences, and fill with grateful rapture the cold solitudes. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
At the Gates by Richard Middleton. Read for LibriVox.org by Eva Davis. At the Gates. How long, O night? The delicate fabric of the stars is frayed where dawn lets in the light. And in the scented glade, the thrushes thread day's lattices and sing the end of your impassioned sorrowing. I see your glittering tears scattered upon the lawn's awakening green, the bitter knowledge of the bitter years since ever love has been, lies in your deep kind breast, and with the day you mourn poor human love that dies alway. How long, O night? Across your hours I have fulfilled the task of my delight. I have one rapturous lethargy of flowers. But day unfolds, and I shall keep my song. How long, O night? O wanton love, how long? End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Under the Whip by Richard Middleton. Read for LibriVox.org by Nemo. Under the Whip. It well may be that death is God's last boon, for with the hours life's tapestry is blurred to strange, unshapen nothings. I have heard Eve in the twilight singing to the moon the passionate song that has no human tune, and some fierce echo in my bosom stirred, greeting the cry as an imprisoned bird, the piping of the day, "O death, be soon." For there's nothing left in life but this, and to the scarlet shrine is beauty fled since paradise grew earth and men were wise. But who can breathe beneath your final kiss, love, and who would not rather be well dead than feed the torment in your laughing eyes? End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
The Ballad of the Bacchanals by Richard Middleton. LibriVox.org. The Ballad of the Bacchanals. While yet above the western hills the sun was red, they came to me and cried, "Your fame the city fills for cunning song and minstrelsy, and at your peril it were well to bring us, ere to-morrow falls, a song new fashioned out of hell to crown our autumn Bacchanals." They passed. The sun went down like flame, and from her high acropolis the queen of all the kisses came to quench my loving avarice. She kissed my singing lips away. I cried, "O love, whatever befalls, I have a song to sing ere day, a song to crown the Bacchanals." Now far above our loving place rode forth the star accoutred night, and by her side I saw the face of Sleep, her tender acolyte. In some high arbour of the moon we held our wanton festivals, and wonder set our lips atune to crown the autumn Bacchanals. While yet upon her lips I lay dreaming in exquisite suspense, I saw the chariot of day across the eastern battlements, and cried, "O truly love is long, for even now the daylight calls, and for my love I have no song to crown the autumn Bacchanals." But she said, "For my beauty's sake, anoint my soul with kisses yet. This is a better song we make than any that the gods forget." And while the accursed sun upclimbed to steal the stars, the city walls, our loving hearts exulting rhymed the Ballad of the Bacchanals. They led us forth beneath the sky, the abundant earth would have its own, and yet it was not hard to die with love for a companion. They led us forth towards the sea, and there, beyond the city walls, we sang beneath the gallows tree the Ballad of the Bacchanals. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. The Pirate Ship by Richard Middleton. LibriVox.org. The Pirate Ship. We fought her in the dark until her spars touched the black heart of night with fairy gold, and she flung largesse to the pitying stars, the fragrant incense of her teeming hold. It seemed as though the very sea was glad, decking its bosom with 1,000 gems, while the air swarmed with fireflies dancing mad about her masts' enchanted diadems. Upon our decks the dead men watched the sky, with wonder in their faces, and her crew cursed in the shadows of their misery the sombre wind that to the gallows blew, while from the torment of the sanguine smoke one called on pity by her tender name, until across the disordered sea there broke the light of morning, bitter sick with flame. Our cheeks were pale, the blood upon our hands crumbled to purple dust, our tired eyes held visions of our pleasant meadowlands, leaping to day beneath the Kentish skies. No new wind soothed strained brow and bitten lip, the morning lay upon us for a shroud, while over the sea the ember of a ship, breathing thin smoke, passed landwards like a cloud. Last eve across a mad and crimson sea I saw the sun plunge down into the night even as a flaming vessel, and on me there fell the glory of an ancient fight. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
New Love by Richard Middleton. LibriVox.org. New Love. The boy weeps in the wild woods. His bright eyes are sore. The old inhuman solitudes may shield his heart no more. A maid has happened out of hell and kissed his crimson lips too well. Where may he hide his miseries? Where quench the lips that burn for scarlet love the tangled trees, bramble and gorse and fern, can hide him not, nor may he cool his mouth in any forest pool. Love laughs about the groves of pine, Pan wantons in the glade, and the boy is drunk with a new wine, and the boy's heart is afraid. Her lips were soft and very kind, her breath was like a summer wind. O wanton night, made glad with dew, hung with a starry veil, the boy is lost for loving you, the old enchantments fail. You have led his feet to hell's gate, to a crimson dawn and passionate. No more in leafy solitudes, God's paved fields among, he shall win the peace of the wild woods with the joy of his quiet song. For love has found the groves of pine, and the boy is drunk with a new wine. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
On a Dead Youth by Richard Middleton, read for LibriVox.org by Eva Davis. On a Dead Youth. The boy dreams, lays down before his god a rosebud's worth, and far above the shrine a planet gleams, no more of earth. And at his side the maidens may not weep, lest it should break his sleep. All his spring flowers beneath their feet lie dead, dear boy, and love was never a word he used, though for their faces all his tears were shed, and all his roses bruised. Better it was, ere shame were kissed awake, to perish for their sake. And with soft fingers they shall pity death, and close his lovely eyes, and they shall warm his body with their breath, stir heaven with their sighs. For life shall give them other lips to kiss, but none so sweet as this. And then with mournful wonder they shall go, love's wings are furled, and well they know that they shall never know the meaning of the world. But some dim thing within their bosom cries, and Adonis dies. The boy dreams. Why should we weep for him who wakes no more? The kisses shall not burn for him, it seems, the frail heart's core. Though on the hills the lonely maidens call, love, to his festival. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. To Irene by Richard Middleton, read for LibriVox.org by Eva Davis. To Irene. I think the earth was dead last night, for I, keeping you in my arms, could feel no breath from all the slumberous trees. It seemed that death had wooed the fields, for in our ecstasy they had no part, and where the thrushes flew in drowsy autumn, now no creature moved across the fallen leaves, save where we loved. And there I heard faint wings discover you, and then you thrilled with some supreme desire that was not of my dreams. Your pulses beat time to the world, and with rebellious feet your triumphing passion scaled the gates of fire. And lo, I was as dust. In some far place my soul paid tribute to tremendous kings, who bowed their head before your gleaming wings, and praised your beauty with averted face. Love is too great for me. From this dead world, wherein I hold a child's uncertainties, I may not dare the glamour of his skies, scatheless, nor see his magic wings unfurled. The dead men clamour round me, and I know I am no more than they, who may not keep the secret hours that are too glad for sleep, with love that stays and dreams that laughing go. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. The Happy Cruise by Richard Middleton, read for LibriVox.org by Eva Davis. The Happy Cruise. Where silver waters flow, we cool our burning lips, And where the honey drips upon the earth below, from flowers white with snow, we load our dreamy ships, till when the red sun dips, stars blossom, thus we go. The girls are flushed with wine, and singing in the shade, and wanton words invade their delicate mouths that pine through kissing of the vine, and every golden maid loves, though she be betrayed, the stars that shine. Gladly the rigging sings, but oh, how glad are we, lords of the dreaming sea, and of delicious things we are more rich than kings, or any men that be. While down eternity we beat with shadowy wings, and thus our watch we keep. Upon the summer sky lives fade and droop and die, and yet we do not weep, who sail the starry deep, with but one human cry, quietly, quietly, the girls are all asleep. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Dust of Dreams by Richard Middleton, read for LibriVox.org by Eva Davis. Dust of Dreams. The moon across the world of gentler light, down to the morning drives her starry teams, while I enrich the treasury of night with purple robes and jewels wrought in dreams. For while upon the dying hours I keep my sleepless watch, upon my soul there falls rest beyond rest, sleep that is more than sleep, love from your castle walls. And through the hours of night the jeweled foam, torn by the winds from the adventurous seas, flies back before my galleons driving home, to heap their treasure on the magic quays. I may not sleep till high upon their spars I see the pale hand of the morning gleam. I need not sleep, for love has won the stars to make the world my dream. O love, O dream, if ever I awake in some sad place of life, may I arise and win forgetfulness for your sweet sake, and dare the night once more with open eyes and cold, and heaven above shall know I do not dream, though yet I store dream beyond dream, love that is more than love, mine, till I dream no more. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Tears by Richard Middleton, read for LibriVox.org by Sonia. Tears. If these be tears that fill my eyes with rumour of 1,000 stars, until my tired mind unbars its sombre portals to the skies, to find in each enchanted light that thrills along the heavenly way a golden glory more than day, a wonder far beyond the night. Weep on, O heart! It well may be that these sad eyes were made to weep, to find what others find in sleep within a teardrop's brilliancy. And it may be these pools of fire, that earth and sea and heaven guard, shall prove my ultimate reward, the jewels that surpass desire. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. The Song of the Glad Woman by Richard Middleton, read for LibriVox.org by Sonia. The Song of the Glad Woman. I saw a boy, a pretty boy, who wandered in the woodlands wild. It made my bosom leap for joy to see the child, the lovely child. And yet he wept and would not play, and all the birds made moan above, with well a day and well a day, ah, well a day for love. I held him to my yearning breast, and with my pity lulled his fears, and there he lay and took his rest, while on my face there fell his tears. They burned my beauty quite away, till all the birds made moan above, with well a day and well a day, ah, well a day for love. No morning dew can heal the smart where fell his kisses on my brow, he weeps no more upon my heart, it is my heart that's weeping now. He was so sweet he might not stay, and all the birds make moan above, with well a day and well a day, ah, well a day for love. Yet I rejoice that in an hour I saw the boy, the pretty boy, for he has given me the power that out of sorrow bringeth joy. And so I shall not him gainsay, though all the birds make moan above, with well a day and well a day, ah, well a day for love. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Autumnal by Richard Middleton. Read for LibriVox.org by Sonia. Autumnal. Across the scented garden of my dreams, where roses grew, time passes like a thief. Among my trees his silver sickle gleams, the grass is stained with many a ruddy leaf, and on cold winds the petals float away, that were the pride of June and her array. The bare boughs weave a net upon the sky, to catch love's wings and his fair body bruise. There are no flowers in the rosary, no songbirds in the mournful avenues, though on the sodden air not lightly breaks the elegy of youth whom love forsakes. Ah, time, one flower of all my garden spare, one rose of all the roses, that in this I may possess my love's perfumed hair, and all the crimson secrets of her kiss. Grant me one rose, that I may drink its wine, and from her lips win the last anodyne. For I have learned too many things to live, and I have loved too many things to die. But all my barren acres I would give for one red blossom of eternity, to animate the darkness and delight the spaces and the silences of night. But dreams are tender flowers that, in their birth, are very near to death, and I shall reap, who planted wonder, unavailing earth, harsh thorns and miserable husks of sleep. I have had dreams, but have not conquered time, and love shall vanish like an empty rhyme. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Dream Song by Richard Middleton, read for LibriVox.org by B. Heath. She can be found at Binkerism.com. I come from woods enchanted, starlit and pixie-haunted, where twixt the bracken and the trees the goblins lie and take their ease, by winter moods undaunted. They're down the golden gravel the laughing rivers travel. Elves wake at night and whisper low, between the bracken and the snow, their dreamings to unravel. Twisted and lank and hairy, with wanton eyes and wary, they stretch and chuckle in the wind, for one has found a mermaid kind, and one has kissed a fairy. They know no melancholy, but fashion crowns of holly, and gather sleep within the brake, to deck the kingdom when they wake, and bless the dreamer's folly. Ah! would that I might follow the servants of Apollo, but it is sweet to heap the hours with quiet dreams and poppy flowers down in the Pixie Hollow. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
For He Had Great Possessions by Richard Middleton. Read for LibriVox.org by Nemo. For he had great possessions. Ah, marvel not if when I come to die, and follow death the way my fancies went, year after fading year, the last mad sky finds me impenitent. For though my heart went doubting through the night, with many a backward glance at heaven's face, yet found I many treasures of delight within this pleasant place. I shall not grieve because the girls were fair and kinder than the world, Nor shall I weep because with crying lips and clinging hair they stole away my sleep. For lacking this I might not yet have known how high the heart could climb, or waking seen the mountains bare their silver breast of stone from their chaste robes of green. Though it were all a sin, within the mirth and pain of life I found a song above our songs in her who scattered on the earth her glad largesse of love. As though she held some dream that was not ours in some far place that was not for our feet, where blew across the gladder, madder flowers a wind more bitter sweet. Ah, who shall hearten when the music stops for joy of silence? While they dreamed above she showed me love upon the mountain tops, and in the valleys love. And while the wise found heaven with their charts and lore of souls, she made an earth for me more sweet than all, and from our beating hearts she called the pulsing sea. So marvel not if in the days when death shall make my body mine, I do not cry for hours and treasure lost, but with my breath praise my mortality. For lo, this place is fair, and losing all that I have won and dreamed beneath her kiss, I would not see the light of morning fall on any world but this. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Lament for Lilian by Richard Middleton, read for LibriVox.org by Alex Inigo. I bow my head before the hands of fate, and dream no more, and reap no more of song. I have denied my destiny too long. I have achieved my punishment too late, for I, in vanished, unforgotten hours, such little hands, such shining eyes have known, that, lacking these, I may not sing alone, in this sad place of salt and withered flowers. And this is life, and these, dear God, are men, these pale, thin shades. Long since by my dream's grace, the dawn wind blew her hair across her face, and there was rapture in the morning then. Her eyes shone darkly in the silken net, flung slantwise o'er her face. Her glad lips said, "You will remember Lily when she's dead." And this is life, would God I might forget. Beneath her feet the green earth rolled away from sea to sea, and I might understand the water's song, the music of the land, the lingering choruses of night and day that gave me, with the dole of childish tears, the knowledge of my blood's supreme delight, the yearning of the morning for the night, the timeless passion of the hemispheres. My love was more than any life of mine, and more than me before its sudden gleam. The years that knew me faded like a dream. I was as one who drinks enchanted wine to sport with gods. And yet there shone for me, across my madness, Lily laughing wise, a human blossom glad for human eyes, made pagan by a child's serenity. Ah, Lord of love, these are my eyes that weep, these are my lips that do lament her so, mourning the little feet that long ago made echoes, echoes in the halls of sleep, with such delight of dance as children keep, when spring has strewed the daisy fields with snow, to such soft music as the children know, greeting the spring upon the hills apeep. If she were dead, surely in dreamy ways her tender spirit would delight me still, with gifts of lilies tall and fair, and fill with silver blossoms my unhappy days. And through the meadows where the moon astir binds the wet flowers in garlands with her beams, to deck the brows of sleep across my dreams, down to the morning I would follow her. For I am lord of all fair things that death has fashioned into dreams, and all his art would only bring more surely to my heart. My wondrous Lily, sweet with flowers' breath, who now in alien palaces and chaunts youth, with her laughing lips and shining eyes, and treads no more beneath the summer skies, the somber forests that Apollo haunts. Song is no tribute to a singing girl, for whom the wanton earth makes madrigals, to whom each wistful star at twilight calls, in tuneful numbers from the heavenly whirl. So here's an end, I ask forgetfulness, now that my little store of hours is spent, and heart to laugh upon my punishment. Dear God, what means a poet, more or less? End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Pagan Epitaph by Richard Middleton, read for LibriVox.org by Eva Davis. Pagan Epitaph. Servant of the eternal must, I lie here. Here let me lie, in the ashes and the dust, dreaming, dreaming pleasantly. When I lived I sought no wings, schemed no heaven, planned no hell, but content with little things, made an earth, and it was well. Song and laughter, food and wine, roses, roses red and white, and a star or two to shine on my dewy world at night. Lord, what more could I desire? With my little heart of clay, I have lit no eternal fire to burn my dreams on Judgment Day. Well I loved, but they who knew what my laughing heart could be, what my singing lips could do, lie a-dreaming here with me. I can feel their fingertips stroke the darkness from my face, and the music of their lips fills my pleasant resting place in the ashes and the dust, where I wonder as I lie, servant of the eternal must, dreaming, dreaming pleasantly. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Dawn Love by Richard Middleton, read for LibriVox.org by Eva Davis. Dawn Love. Not with my lips, O God, not with my eager hands, these purple seas were made, and these enchanted lands. It was not I who drew these breezes forth, and called these stars to diadem the north. It was not I who set her in this place, and in a dream of dreams decreed her face. I only stooped to serve her careless days, bid the loud birds sing gladder roundelays, to charm her ears, and summer buds unfold the crimson petals from their hearts of gold. To deck the earth her very feet have trod, I sing the triumph of the artist, God. For when in dreams I wrought to make my heaven fair, raised palaces of song and minarets of prayer, domes of desire and secret halls of sin, there was no vision walked my courts within like this. Through all my twilit halls there blew no song like this that burns my whole heart through. Down, dreams, upon your knees, and pray to her to touch your weary eyes. Let no dream stir till she has passed. She is so kind, so wild, so womanly, so very much a child, that she can make a living thing of sleep, granting it lips to laugh and starry eyes to weep. And she has made a living thing of me. I feel the surge of earth, the rhythm of the sea. My heart is freshened with the dewy rains of dawn. The sunshine burns within my veins. For me the riotous seasons are unfurled. I am a grain of dust. I am the world. I know I have not made this perfect thing. Lord of 1,000 songs, this song I cannot sing. Lord of 1,000 dreams, this is no dream of mine. Master of many feasts, I may not taste this wine. But on the hills the perfect song is born, and I arise from sleep to greet the morn. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Irene by Richard Middleton, read for LibriVox.org by Eva Davis. Irene. I was a singer in the days when Pan leapt through the roses in the month of June, and shook the petals down upon the noon, and through the quashy bracken glades I ran, dreaming no word of how the world began, nor grieving in the graveyards of the moon where pedants lie. I had a pipe, a tune, and the first pagan ecstasy of man. There passed me in the pleasant forest light fair forms of lovers trembling into rose that was not of the sun, and no man knows with what delirious tumult of delight their voices filled the branches, and the sight of their fine rapture conquered all my woes, as I had bathed in that black stream that flows across the passionless paradise of night. It seemed that life was but a game to dare, the forfeit only death, and wandering across the piney hills, they heard me fling a heart of hopeful music on the air, and there were roses, roses everywhere, and birds of tuneful voice and shining wing to carry love to God. The lips of spring had made the mouth of summer very fair. Love played with us beneath the laughing trees. We praised him for his eyes and silver skin, and for the little teeth that shone within his ruddy lips. The bracken touched his knees, earth wrapped his body in her softest breeze, and through the hours that held no count of sin, we kept his court, until above our din night westward drove her glittering argosies. O lovely days long dead, there falls on me in this dim world I may not understand an echo of your sweetness. In my hand one frail sad rose inspires eternity, with dreams that are no more, and from the sea that beats upon this grey perplexed land blows rumour of some merry drunken band that keeps your revel still in Arcady. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
One Summer's Day by Richard Middleton. Read for LibriVox.org by Recording Person. One summer's day, she lay and smiled upon the hours, while with a silver pipe of joy the river hurried on. A boy had covered her with cuckoo flowers. She let them stay, as though she knew they could not hide her cheeks' glad red. It seemed that heaven was her bed, and these but stars to wander through. Till with a little loving leap the river rose above the boat. It girdled round her silver throat, and kissed her laughing eyes asleep. Her hair was loosed upon the flood. There fell a sun-enchanted veil. The glad waves plucked her cheeks grown pale, tinged the quick waters with their blood. The sun cast down his brightest beams upon the world to give the news. Across the merry waves of ooze Ophelia steers her bark of dreams. The birds took up the strain above, and flung it to the dimmest star. Oh, let us follow, follow far, the dear mad maid who died for love. Even to the grave, dear heart, but soon, too soon the song of morning dies. Too soon we lose in memories the radiant peace of afternoon. While yet the river sang beside, that knew no word of fear or doubt, we heard the Bedford bells breathe out the soft sad song of eventide. When I count up my hours of gold, these shall not be forgotten, sweet, and though time trample with his feet roses and lilies manifold, if I have choice of all that seems most precious here, this boon I choose, to see once more on merry ooze Ophelia steer her bark of dreams. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Love's Mortality by Richard Middleton. Read for LibriVox.org by Sonia. Love's Mortality. The night of nights drew to its tardy close, and through the dew the lilies soothed the rose with words of love immortal. till from the golden and desired portal the curtains of the night were plucked aside, and dawn led forth my bride. And forth she came with her young limbs and cool, her eyes more clear than any windless pool, to dance across the daytime, crown weary life with garlands of her playtime, and set a bud betwixt the lips of death, that sweet might be his breath. I know that luckless lovers do not die, fashioning trifles for eternity, of golden moments broken, of sighs and tears, and passionate words half spoken. They may not rest, but strew the bitter years with their immortal tears. But swift upon my tired ears there fell rumour of moon-drunk, star-lit Philomel, on magic copses flinging her song too amorous sweet for human singing, and praising ever to her leafy sky our glad mortality. Winning the fierce fulfilment of my love, come death, the intolerable sky above no more my heart shall cover. Earth is too narrow for a happy lover, with planets in his heart, and in his hands immeasurable lands. Come death, and free me from these earthy walls, that heaven may hold our final festivals, the white stars trembling under. I am too small to keep this passionate wonder within my human frame. I would be dead, that God may be our bed. I feel her breath upon my eyes, her hair falls on me like a blessing, everywhere I hear her warm blood leaping, and life, it seems, is but a fitful sleeping, and we but fretful shades that dreamed before, that love and are no more. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Any Lover, Any Lass by Richard Middleton. Read for LibriVox.org by Recording Person. Any lover, any lass. Why are her eyes so bright, so bright? Why do her lips control the kisses of a summer night, when I would love her soul? God set her brave eyes wide apart, and painted them with fire. They stir the ashes of my heart to embers of desire. Her lips so tenderly are wrought in so divine a shape, that I am servant to my thought, and can no wise escape. Her body is a flower, her hair about her neck doth play. I find her colours everywhere, they are the pride of day. Her little hands are soft, and when I see her fingers move, I know in very truth that men have died for less than love. Ah, dear live, lovely thing, my eyes have sought her like a prayer. It is my better self that cries, would she were not so fair. Would I might forfeit ecstasy, and find a calmer place, where I might undesirous see her too desired face. Nor find her eyes so bright, nor hear her lips unroll dream after dream the lifelong night, when I would love her soul. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
The Welcome by Richard Middleton. Read for LibriVox.org by Sonia. The Welcome. Against her coming I will make brave chains of stars delight the trees, and moonlit dew begem the brake, and fire my verdant tapestries. No lingering ray of sunlight mars the wonder of my solitudes. Bewitch my shadowy fields, O stars, and thou, O moon, enchant my woods. And now the rapturous hour draws near, birds flutter in the leafy street, flowers raise their heads in sensuous fear, that she may crush them with her feet. With dew-blind eyes the roses weep, she comes. She will not come, it seems. The air is sick with scent of sleep, and dust of long-forgotten dreams. From many a fair enchanted grove the song-birds carol sweet and clear, It is the very breath of love that stirs the charmed atmosphere, and while blithe insects through the night go humming by on silken wings, a deeper fullness of delight discovers all desirous things. To-night I do not love alone, the wind is lorn with amorous tunes, and the pale lilies, one by one, grieve for the passion of dead noons. The roses touch and weep no more, casting their petals on the sod, in crimson sacrifice before the altar of the sightless god. And where Pan squanders with his court, Love shall not spare the horned king, with red lips drawn to wanton sport, and teeth to bite and hands to cling. And where the wood boys bathe and fling across the world their limbs made cool, Love tarries with his alms giving, and there is trouble by the pool. Now is my passionate lifetime's core my moments touch eternity, and all the things I dreamed before shall blossom in my blood and die. Once like a cloud of incense curled, to some dim god the veil shall pass. Once I shall be the moving world, before I break and change to grass. For this my mother blessed her pain, for this I wandered on her knees, for this the sunshine and the rain, the green earth and the glowing seas, who blindly followed some far light that led me on through hopes and fears, I shall fulfill my soul to-night, and win a meaning for my years. Sing on, O birds, and thou, O moon, bewitch my woods to greet my queen. Death waits upon my life, and soon I shall be but by having been. Stoop low, O stars, and render brave my life as an enchanted bower, that I may keep within my grave the gleam of my immortal hour. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
The Last Hope by Richard Middleton. Recorded for LibriVox.org by Recording Person. The Last Hope. To crown the festival and tumult of the wine, O my beloved, may there fall silence, the sweetest song of all for tired ears like mine. I crave an hour of rest, no more before I go. The crimson rose upon your breast calls me, while on the mountain crest dawn wantons in the snow. Too tired to mock or weep the world that I have missed, love, in your heaven let me sleep an hour or two before I keep my unperturbed tryst. The day is for the young, night holds my heart in pawn, but though my broken songs are sung, I see across the hills far flung the pennons of the dawn. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
ACM by Richard Middleton. Read for LibriVox.org by Sonia. ACM. When I breathe no more scent of love-bound posies, and the August roses let their petals fall, when in my heart's core dream on dream reposes, and my story closes past recall. Heart, the winds that blow lightly o'er my leisure, haply they shall measure my glad lifetime here. Laughing, well we know love was all his treasure, pain and pride and pleasure, hope and fear. I, by death made brave, shall not heed their blowing, though the flowers are glowing that I praised above, holding in my grave seed too fair for sowing, knowledge past all knowing, thee, my love. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Epithalamium by Richard Middleton. Read for LibriVox.org by Nemo. Epithalamium. These are his years. He will possess your little flowers of white and red. Your every sweet enchanted tress will twine about him in his bed. The vision of your loveliness will comfort him till he is dead. His hands will touch you, and your face will feel his kisses while you sleep. The sweetness of your shy embrace will steal across the heavenly deep, where in a star-forsaken place I serve my foolish dreams and weep. Made free from doubt, he need not fight to win the much-desired land, nor seek to pierce beyond the night that shrouds this waste of salt and sand, granting you for your heart's delight the love that you can understand. My heart its mortal form outwears, my moments to the winds are flung, but now it seems these are his years, in being handsome, gallant, young. He will not vex you with his tears, or sing such songs as I have sung. But day and night, and night and day, his lips will tell the tales you know, and you will find them new alway, while on the lonely hills I go, dreaming of wanton stars at play, and wishing it were better so. The love that made you mine shall bear harsh fruit before the end of this, for in the darkness you shall hear an echo that is none of his, and you will droop with sudden fear beneath his fond, adulterous kiss. And while across the world I move, paying sad tribute to the moon, and breathing in her courts above the fatal music of our noon, lo, you shall hear his words of love trip lightly to my deathless tune. And you will know that once I set your eyes with gleaming stars, and made your breast of pearls and roses wet with morning's kisses, and betrayed the setting sun that I might get red for your cheeks that would not fade. But he will kiss your lips and say the thing you know your whole life long, day after night, night after day, no word of right, no word of wrong, and you shall charm the hours away with the last echo of my song. End a poem. This recording is in the public domain.
The Silent Lover by Richard Middleton. Read for LibriVox.org by Sonia. The Silent Lover. I cannot sing, I have no words to love you, hate you, make you mine, to win your ear like mating birds, to brim your veins with wanton wine. But all my longing senses cry their faltering, broken oratory. My words rehearsed, my songs new sung, are lost beneath this fierce suspense. I cannot sound with human tongue my heart's insurgent eloquence. Now of your lips, now of your eyes, now of your falling melodies. I have no words, but time shall prove this song of mine the best of all. My lips shall be as love's, for love shall make their silence musical, and on some rapt enchanted night they shall reveal my heart's delight. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Love's Freedom by Richard Middleton. Read for LibriVox.org by Sonia. Love's Freedom. To feel her shrink beneath my touch, and keep an hour's unreason with the dancing moon, to bid my enchanted senses thrill and swoon, to kiss and long for breath and longing sleep. O mad white nights of old, why should I weep your fallen hours? I hear the self-same tune sung by the roses to an August noon that troubled once your star-bewildered deep. This is not all of love, for more than this the purer breezes of this gentler land bless me and make me glad. Where heaven is, I see the palace of my mistress stand. Love is no victim for a wanton's kiss, nor shall he be imprisoned by her hand. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Last Year's Love by Richard Middleton. Read for LibriVox.org by Sonia. Last Year's Love. The silver boy went down to meet the morn. His eyes were azure, and his lips were red, and golden tendrils did his brow adorn, and mimic sunbeams round his laughing head. The misty meadows caught his cry of joy. "O summer, summer," sang the silver boy. She came to him across the dewy day, with ruddy cheeks and shapen breasts aglow, and all the mountains flung their mists away to see how love might greet the earth and know the song that is too sweet for mortal ears, the song of songs that shall restore the years. Riot of fountains, song of leaping streams, and sombre music through the stately pines quickened the breathless passion of their dreams. Their veins were fraught with such enchanted wines as press Olympus' grapes. Their lips were set to their sweet task of kissing, kissing yet. O summer, summer, thou hast kissed him cold. His eyelids turn from loving, and his store of shaken ringlets lose their early gold, and are as dust. His lips shall sing no more, joy to the morn that calls him from his bed. We knew no other love, and he is dead. There falls no echo from the dreaming trees, the moonlit meadows have forgot his song. These flowers were his azure eyes, and these the crimson lips that summer knew too long. Young love is dead, but these his elegy, these mindful blossoms, they shall never die. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
The Unsuccessful Lover by Richard Middleton. Read for LibriVox.org by recording person. The Unsuccessful Lover. Why mourn the sweet you may not get, the love you cannot keep? The world has fairer lasses yet for boys who do not weep. Tomorrow's kisses shall repay all that you love and lose today. Her eyes are brighter than the moon. They do not shine for you. Her lips with their enchanted tune have made the world anew. But what's the use of lips like this, mad lover, if they will not kiss? I would have taught her soon or late. Now many are son of man. Better instruct his ordered fate to choose another plan, or guide the stars to heaven above, than teach a woman how to love. Go out, O boy, across the earth. The girls are there to touch, who will not keep you from their mirth, or tease you overmuch. She will despise me, be it so, but ask her why she let you go. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
The Dream by Richard Middleton. Read for LibriVox.org by Sonia. The Dream. You came to me in sleep last night, and stood beside my bed. Your hands were white, your feet were white, but oh, your cheeks were red. It is my guardian angel come to visit me, I said. You stooped and kissed me on my face. Your lips were cold as stone, and in its secret resting place my heart made dolorous moan. For you were there with me at last, and still I was alone. Night long I heard the passing bell, and knew the mourner's smart. I heard 1,000 churches knell the hour when we must part. All night your icy kisses fell upon my grieving heart. But lo, the blood of conquered shame had filled your cheeks with red, and roses molten out of flame quickened the speechless dead. Last night, when my beloved came and kissed me in my bed. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
To Raie by Richard Middleton. Read for LibriVox.org by recording person. To Raie. Boys in the sea may dive for silver pearls, or rob the spring of roses for their girls. What pearls may deck what roses can adorn the princess of my morn? 1,000 seas have flung their treasure down to kiss your feet, 1,000 springs have thrown their ivory buds to make your bosom white, too radiant for my sight. And now you ask me for an earth-born song, when all the dreams my eager senses long to crown by day, cry from these nights of mine for your lips' charmed wine. Kiss me and ease this passionate unrest. There are so many voices in my breast, singing, "O eyes that shine, O lips that part, I cannot hear my heart." Kiss me and teach my voice, my song shall take new wings to heaven for your beauty's sake, and by your lips inspired will greet the birds with new triumphant words. Lovers may dare the aching winter skies for frosty stars to light their ladies' eyes. What star may deck, what planet can delight the princess of my night? End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
After Love by Richard Middleton. Read for LibriVox.org by Sonia. After Love. Let there be lust between us two. My throat is harsh with too much singing of faint songs. My lips have numbered all the flowers by rote, but you, to whom but one far rose belongs, may sing a better song than love's, and fill my mouth with softer words than gardens thrill. Perfume your lonely rose of youth, and crush my lips in ecstasy to stain it red. And while we dream, the wanton night will hush her errant birds, and close about our bed will hang her starry curtains cool with dew, that your soft limbs may touch and glimmer through. And I shall feel your passion of hot breath strike on my lidded eyes and fill my hair with rumour of short nights when summoned death came not to cool the scorched and withered air, but sleep betrayed her lover for a rhyme that droned incessant on the lips of time. And we shall sleep to-night, though not as they who tread some strange sweet story into dust, and sing awhile and lose the heart of day in childlike wanderings. Ours shall be lust more fierce than life, than death more pitiless. Our dawn shall be an utter weariness. Yet let them go, the loving and the glad, and hold me in your arms till I am chill. An autumn wonder made my childhood sad, but something of my childhood lingers still, and I am fain for toys. Take holiday a little while from wandering, and play. And I shall be the lover at your lips, or now the thirsty babe that lies at morn upon your crowned breasts, with what sweet sips it draws the honey forth. Ah, to be born so very wise in ignorance, and die unquiet for knowing nothing, you and I. Or you shall lean upon my neck and speak soft sorrows for my death, as you have missed by one short hour the joy that lovers seek, and dream your crimson mouth, as yet unkissed, were crying for the moon, God made me bold too late, while all death left of me grew cold. There shall be pain between us two, and sound of broken sword and ill-remembered song, and we shall lead him captive, scourged and bound, the dear blind boy who trembles for this wrong wrought at our hands. His tender face is wet, poor love, but surely we shall not forget. When the sad roses bow their heads to June, and lilies weep beneath the summer sky for his sweet song, and all the world in tune praise heaven for his mournful melody, our dream shall have an end, and we shall wake the western hills with sorrow for his sake. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
The Blind Cripple by Richard Middleton. Read for LibriVox.org by Melanie T. Lo, as I walked and nursed my bitter love, I saw a man who lay beside the street. God for some sin had smitten off his feet, and wrought the blind white face that drooped above to such a shape of fear that they who passed flung him scant alms aghast. And horror lingered in the dusty air, and tumult of the street, though lovingly from out the weary azure of the sky the sunshine fell upon his fading hair, the while beside the quivering timid throng his thin lips breathed a song. And they have said that even as the blood of this blind cripple is the crimson wine that greets the seasons in this heart of mine, and wakes my body with its passionate flood, calling, O joy, my joy, thou art in vain, the spring is come again. My love, my bitter love, ah God, that I were one with this poor patient suffering thing, I should pay homage to my Lord the King, and he would touch my eyelids tenderly, saying, Poor eyes that were too brave to weep, yet knew no flower but sleep. Ah God, that mine were such brave blood as this, that leaps with life, though his cropped limbs be stark, and sets his pale lips singing in the dark, for I have lost high heaven for a kiss, and my poor spirit, weeping to the wind, is crippled, Lord, and blind. And well I know that it is he who climbs, and he who sees, for me no wonder gleams upon the mountain tops, as idle dreams are my fond memories and my poor rhymes. I can but fly and seek another place, for envy of his grace. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
To Them All by Richard Middleton. Read for LibriVox.org by Recording Person. To Them All. O tearful maids and merry, with little mouths that take 2 bites to eat 1 cherry, how fine a world you make! All joys and pains reproving, that mar your pleasant strife, when I am done with loving, may I be done with life. I love you for your kisses, and yet I love withal those subtly teasing misses who will not kiss at all. I love you for your pleasure, I love you for your pain. Your smiles are all my treasure, and your divine disdain. Your little hands that tremble in doing right or wrong, your lips that can disassemble but cannot hide your song. Your careless feet that wander alike through earth and sky are mine to win and squander, and worship till I die. O laughing maids and weeping, with little hearts to take tired mortals from their sleeping, and kiss the world awake, the golden moments proving, mistress or queen or wife, when I am done with loving, may I be done with life. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
The Artist by Richard Middleton. Read for LibriVox.org by Eva Davis. The Artist. I am only a dream that sings in a strange, large place, and beats with impotent wings against God's face. The darkness is all about, it hides the blue, but I conquer it with my shout, and pierce it through. And the golden cities rise up, till I am as space, and the earth is my drinking cup, and my resting place. And the stars that wonder above cry out, "Oh, sweet!" For mine are the wings of love and his silver feet. And the stars that tremble below are cold for fear, for mine are his lips of snow and his scarlet tear. But the sound of my shouting dies, and the shadows fall, for death is upon the skies and upon us all. The shadows fall and the still, I am loath to sing. I have wondered and kissed my fill on the lips of spring. But the golden cities are gone, and the stars are fled, and I know that I am alone, and I am dead. No more than a dream that sings in the streets of space. Ah, would my soul had wings, or a resting place. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
The Faithful Poet by Richard Middleton. Read for LibriVox.org by Larry Wilson. I've sung my song these many years, and kissed my lass, but lo! My lips grow weary now. My eyes are fonder far of tears than seeing girls' glad faces. Pain is mistress of my heart again. Still these 2 mournful moments prove no penitence. For lo, dear heart, I do not know that there is anything but love to tune a song or make amends for our sad lives and tuneless ends. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Regret by Richard Middleton. Read for LibriVox.org by Recording Person. Regret. Silver rose was the morning. His breast was strewn with pearls, spoil of the dew-bright cherry that danced along the spray. And I saw the sun of beauty shine out in the eyes of girls who bowed their limbs to the morning for love of the primrose way. The splendor of waking beauty had filled my world with joy. Red for the roses and green for the hills whence the skies depart. A secret song for the maiden, a silver pipe for the boy, to echo and bring her blithely to his arms, to his lips, to his heart. Ah, to dream and awake, to have seen and to see no more. The roses falter and perish, the clouds droop low on the hill, and the secret song of the maiden, that was so sweet before, is still with the pipe of the boy, as my echoing heart is still. They come not the shining hours, with their treasure of green and gold, trooping across the meadows, as they came once on a day. Mine the monotonous years, and the sorrow of growing old, mine to weep for the morning, far down on the primrose way. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Dorothy by Richard Middleton. Read for LibriVox.org by Recording Person. Dorothy. She stole across the wood by night. The branches swayed to let her pass. Dorothy in the moonlight, treading the dewy grass. And so she came to the quiet pool, in whose enchanted deep the white moon makes her body cool, and tired stars lie asleep. She loosed her girdle's golden link, her soft robes touched her feet, and wakeful birds that came to drink fell dumb, she was so sweet. She saw her image dreaming there, more glad and calm than she, and a great comfort filled the air and the soul of Dorothy. For mirrored in the shining well, the wind might hardly stir. Her ivory body rose and fell, her sad lips smiled at her. Ah, happier than the starry night, and gladder than the day, Dorothy in the moonlight threw the world away. And in the pool she lay at rest, quiet and deathly fair. The gentle waves her throat caressed, and combed her golden hair. Her eyes saw other stars than those that wandered in the sky. Her heart had found another rose than love's that would not die. The moonlight was her shroud, she lay upon a regal bed, the queen who flung the world away, who died and is not dead. For ever in my dreams by night I wait to see her pass, Dorothy in the moonlight, treading the dewy grass. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
The New Dawn by Richard Middleton. Read for LibriVox.org by B. Heath. She can be found at Binkerism.com. Take all my dreams, yes, take them all, the splendid fabric of my play, flowers of the starry carnival, but spare my little hour of the day. Leaving my lilies tall and white, that tremble in the morning's dew, I need no blossoms of the night, no moonlit buds for my delight, or sombre groves view. I wandered many and many a time, where sleep-lit lanterns threw their beams, and gathered blooms of scented rhyme, to fashion garlands for my dreams. Why seek, I thought, a wakeful flower, when these I hold are fairer far, that thrill across the midnight hour, the shadows of Titania's bower, and praise the evening star. But then she came, and lo, it seemed I had forgotten life too long. God had perfected while I dreamed another world, another song. 'Twas not to ask in what shy mood the white day found her standing there. I, who had never understood what might be bad, what might be good, I knew that she was fair. I think God meant my eyes to see how fair she was. I think my voice was made to praise the harmony of his labor and rejoice. And well I know these tears of mine, because she lies not on my heart, more than his roses red with wine, more than his myriad stars that shine, acclaim his perfect art. For all the rich and curious things that I have found within my sleep are not beside this child that sings among the heather and the sheep. And I, who with expectant eyes have fared across the starlit foam, see through my dreams a new sunrise, to conquer unachieved skies and bring the dreamer home. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
To EMD by Richard Middleton. Read for LibriVox.org by recording person. To EMD. After love's bitter words be mine, the skies and tranquil fields of this dream-haunted place, the gentle welcome of your sad sweet eyes, the kindness and the pity of your face. My little sister, be it mine to see, in these remote and disillusioned hours, you in your garden of imagined flowers, dreaming your tender dreams to comfort me. Not in these glades should luckless lovers weep, or mourn their passions in these meadows dim. Shaped like a flower new moulded out of sleep, I see your body marvellously slim. Gleam in the dusk, I hear the murmurous song of drowsy childhood charm the listening night. And with an all dispassionate delight, my heart takes rest that love has claimed too long. Ah, child so kind to me, I have been far across the world that never was my own, seeking a cruel and resentful star, but now in calmer hours than I have known. Your spirit leads me on through moor and hill, to those quiet fields where dreamy children play. Keep me from loving, blessed child, and stay within my heart, my little sister still. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
To Time by Richard Middleton. Read for LibriVox.org by Eva Davis. To Time. Time, you old dotard, prosing endlessly to bore a graceless world, and leave our sky sadder than rain or any wise man's tears. I crave no part in your monotony, but ask one favor, being born to die. Grant me my moments, you may keep your years. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
The Dreamer Wakes by Richard Middleton. Read for LibriVox.org by B. Heath. She can be found at Binkerism.com. If all the world's my dream, why do I dream so ill? These stars that do not gleam, this wind forlorn and chill, that discontents the years, shall not allay my tears. Then dream, my heart, no more. Let that dim power who made our primal dust restore. His plan, and unafraid, will spread our sightless wings into the truth of things. They will not hurt so much as this vain dream of mine, this feast no man may touch, this draught of bitter wine. Be wakeful then, O heart, and bid the dream depart. Under the morning star I shall arise and know who led my steps so far and set me dreaming so, and to life's chorus then my lips shall cry amen. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
The Dream That Has No End by Richard Middleton. Recorded for LibriVox.org by Jude. The winter trails its weary hours. The night begins ere day is over. But mine are all the summer flowers. I am that prince of fools, a lover. Yet passion will not so inspire my days that I may heap my treasure. Slave of an incomplete desire, I won my dream and took my pleasure. Life has found many flowers to fill my heart, too eager to disdain them. I kissed my girl and did not kill, I held her hands and did not stain them. And that is why she haunts me now, in sombre hours God made for sleeping, with her serene indifferent brow, and her soft eyes for ever weeping. Ah, God, that I, as other men, might love, and love no more, to sever a fragrant blossom now and then, to kiss and be at peace for ever. But I am faithful in this wise, that having found, I still must keep her, with her cold heart and tender eyes, till dawn brings solace to the sleeper. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
The Boy World by Richard Middleton, read for LibriVox.org by Larry Wilson. This is a young world, with blossoms in his hair, the green grass newly curled that squanders everywhere. He was born yesterday, he is too young for sorrow, he sings the hours away with ballads of tomorrow. Only a little lad, with nothing to forget, knowing nor good nor bad, who has not found them yet. We must not blame him, no, wisdom will follow after. The things that hurt us so are hidden from his laughter. Lord of the springtide joys, unknown of doubt or shame, we are the careless toys that help him in his game. He bends us to his will, our prayers are checked half spoken. Youth will be master still, though all his toys are broken. He sings his song and plays. How might he understand we count the weary days beneath his eager hand? He laughs above his sport, we tremble at the thunder, and all our plans are naught who only wait and wonder. Yet this is ours to trace through field and copse and hill, and beauty of his face, that smiles upon us still. So fair he is and young, his joy is ours to cherish, though all our songs are sung, and all the singers perish. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Serenade by Richard Middleton, read for LibriVox.org by Sonia. Serenade. By day my timid passions stand like begging children at your gate, each with a mute appealing hand to ask a dole of fate. But when night comes, released from doubt, like merry minstrels they appear, the stars ring out their hopeful shout, "Beloved, can you hear?" They dare not sing to you by day their all desirous song, or take the world with their adventurous lay for your enchanted sake. But when the night wind wakes and thrills the shadows that the night unbars, their music fills the dreamy hills and folds the friendly stars. Beloved, can you hear? They sing words that no mortal lips can sound. Love through the world has taken wing, my passions are unbound. And now, my lips, my eyes are stricken dumb with hope and fear. It is my burning soul that cries, "Beloved, can you hear?" End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. The Butterfly by Richard Middleton, read for LibriVox.org by Sonia. The Butterfly. Along the lane, as I passed by, I saw a sulphur butterfly, fanning with newly powdered wing the laughing breezes of the spring. From brown to green, from green to blue, lightly the fond adventurer flew, and so, I thought, if she were here, Christine would charm the waking year. Ah, heart, that all unwilling stirs To greet the song that is not hers, The song my quick unfaithful blood Sings for the breaking of the bud, And earth made young again, shall you, Whom all the winter time held true, Change for a yellow bribe and wait To praise the traitor at his gate? The flowers of spring, his azure skies, Are not more lovely than her eyes, Glad with unfathomable dreams. The music of his winds, his streams, With her soft lips may not compete, That grant the echo's silver feet To foot it on the hills. The spring Hath no such songs as she can sing. I may not hear her in this place, Or watch the ripples in her face, Where glad emotions play, or find The loveliness that makes me blind. Not in the happy fields that know The beating of her heart I go, Nor where her careless little feet Tread on the earth and make it sweet. The pageant of the summer comes With waving flags and joyful drums, With pomp of leaf and pride of flower, And many a green and cheerful hour. Under the wide and shining arch I see the blue procession march, And on the wind of spring is borne The perfume of a summer morn. The summer comes and winter dies, And now the new born butterflies Proclaim the spring. I saw one pass, A primrose blossom through the grass. But heart, the joyous insect brings No message on its powdered wings For you and me, who yet must stay Far from our love this winter day. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Christine Revisited by Richard Middleton. Read for LibriVox.org by Recording Person. Christine Revisited. Within the garden of my heart once more she walks and wakes the echoes of my heart. With her glad lips growing kinder than before, welcome, beloved, never more depart. My eyes have wearied for you, and my days have seemed but sorrow, lacking your sweet ways. Nay, though I be a captive for all time, heap, love, your chains upon me, bind me close. With your fierce fetters, still my happy rhyme shall sound the praise of the eternal rose that shares my prison, and within my bars God shall bring forth 1,000 singing stars. I have been free, and had all heaven and hell for prison, until my piteous hands grew sore, striking the voiceless walls. Now it is well, even though I be a captive evermore. My grateful song shall fill my hiding place, to find eternity hath so sweet a face. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Nocturne by Richard Middleton. Read for LibriVox.org by Nemo. Nocturne. When sleep puts on the cloak of death, and in the city masquerades, earth's tired children fight for breath, and they who sought the dreamy glades fall panting on the road and lie like clods beneath the sombre sky. But when death comes like gentle sleep and takes our children to his breast, our weary eyes forbear to weep. It is so very good to rest quietly in the dreamy corn until the breaking of the morn. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
To Mélisande by Richard Middleton. Read for LibriVox.org. Now is the morning very fair, on every leaf the dew is lit. O heart of mine, let down your hair, and all the winds shall play with it. Across my face, across mine eyes, the wind shall blow for my delight. The curtain of your hair the skies shall win the pomp of night. And all about my head shall wreathe new winds and blossoms new, and yours shall be the air I breathe, and all my darkness you. The tears the sunlit roses weep may not assuage my pain, mine are the broken stars of sleep, and the cool night again. Within the shadow of our dreams I draw my little breath, and I heed not the sunbeams, I have no care for death. Nay, though the mocker everywhere echoes his jest and stales his wit, let down your hair, let down your hair, I'll make my shroud of it. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. In Forma Pauperis by Richard Middleton, read for LibriVox.org. I have no silks or satins fine, with broidered flowers for her to wear. I have no diamonds to shine among the shadows of her hair. But when we meet, in every tress I see a jeweled teardrop gleam, and she is robed like a princess, all in the fabric of my dream. I have no sunny garden close, where we may hear the summer call. Never a lily, never a rose, to grace the sweetest flower of all. The gladder seasons, rarer flowers, blow in the starlight, cool and deep, and we can pluck the fragrant hours within our pleasant land of sleep. I may not see her when I will, to pledge my love and win her smile, and yet we are together still, and we are happy all the while, for well we know that God will give to two poor lovers yet a day, to live the hours they did not live, and say the things they did not say. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
One More Song by Richard Middleton, read for LibriVox.org by Nemo. One More Song. Awake, O heart! O passionate lips conspire to sound a new glad poem from my love. So may she know the whole of the desire that fills my veins. These bruised words may prove how all night long I burn and grieve and pray, and how I seek her all the lifelong day. For I am lost in her sweet ways where grow roses and lilies to enchant the dead. There is no part of me that does not know how her curls tremble, how her small feet tread, blessing the earth, and how her fingers play like gentle children with the winds of day. And when I touch her glowing arm I feel the little veins beneath her silken skin playing, and through my thirsty flesh there steal the rivers of her blood that leap within. It is her blood that fires the words I speak, and mine that fills the blushes of her cheek. And when in dreams my lips repose on hers, kissing the pretty words that nestle there, her sweetness numbs my aching brain and stirs, like a dim sound of her, the dream hushed air. And through the gates of sleep I hear her call my drowsy senses to the carnival. Love, that surpassing all my dreams of love, is yet so dearly mine, my fate defies. I care not in what sombre world I move, seeing the universe with her soft eyes. With her brave feet to bear me in the dance, forgotten is my poor inheritance. This crumbling house, my body, is made new now by the very fire and fret of love that has transfused its chambers and pierced through its dusty casements till the stars above smile in upon me, and the winds that start, laughing, from heaven beat upon my heart. And as a bud is shaken into flower by spring's last wind, to dream no more alone, serving the pomp of summer, so love's power has overtaken me, and I am one in that far world of love mine eyes have seen, with all the lovers that have ever been. Ours is one eloquence and ours one song, and we are noted by our shining eyes and restless hands. We wander all life long in worlds unearthly, now with tender sighs wooing the hills of passion, now with tears mourning the grim procession of the years. Yet ever do we pray that we may keep our love immaculate, although we die, being our all. The clouds her teardrops weep, her laughter fills the sunshine. Earth and sky are but as shades of her, and we who sing the lutes she plays upon to call the spring. O my beloved, how shall I tell in words the pride of all love's lovers men have writ, passing the song of children and of birds to ease their hearts, and have not compassed it? How shall I murmur with the tranquil dove, when I am deaf and blind and dumb with love? In desert nights, in leafy forest clays I have discovered you, and where the lips of drowned sailors sing faint roundelays, along the decks of overwhelmed ships your name is sung, and echoing overhead the sea-birds cry it to the patient dead. The nightingale across the crimson bowl gave you to Omar, by the forsaken waves Ulysses found you dreaming, Shakespeare's soul drew its clear song from yours, and sullen slaves peered on your beauty through their heavy lids, and with their heart's blood built the pyramids. There is no time in love, nor death nor birth. Star whispers unto star, the white buds flower in crimson ecstasy, and on the earth the lovers capture their eternal hour. We were, we are, we shall be, land and sea change, but our love endureth endlessly. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Drinking Song for Lovers by Richard Middleton. Read for LibriVox.org by Sonia. Drinking Song for Lovers. When all the summer airs fall still, hushed by the stars that shine, high in the tavern on the hill the topers quaff their wine. Their merry song takes eager wing across the silent town, and echo breathes the words they sing as I go dreaming down. Have I no wine who linger yet in vineyards cool and far, where every vine is dewy wet and every grape a star? Where tranquil hours like bubbles rise to glitter and depart, where I am master of her eyes and servant of her heart? Not mine to see the daylight slink a fuddled toper in, it is the wine of love I drink from an enchanted bin. And it is mine to offer up praise to the gods above, that I may drain their loving cup till I am drunk with love. Day blossoms in the world below, and with reluctant feet I hear the weary bibbers go along the shameful street. With merry voice and flitting wings the birds acclaim the east, but still the magic vintner brings new flagons to the feast. Ah, crimson lip and ivory breast, from what tremendous vine was this immortal vintage pressed, this never quenching wine? What sunshine kissed it, what warm rains swelled the smooth grapes and made this godlike draught to fire my veins and keep me undismayed? May I drink deep of love and long until the morning cries the burden of my drinking song, the wonder of her eyes, till, lulled by the bewitched bowl, my passions fall asleep. Deeper and yet more deep my soul, O heart of mine, drink deep. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. The Last Serenade by Richard Middleton. Read for LibriVox.org by Sonia. The Last Serenade. Courage, my song, and like a lover climb to her high balcony. This is the night when in a starlit valley, where old Time pauses to latch his wayworn shoe, Delight shall blossom like a flower. Though she rest within her highest turret, this, my song, shall bring her down to my insurgent breast, where the blood burns that has been cool too long. Be silent now, O moon, and be you dumb, O too importunate stars. I will not hear your dulcet tales that make my senses numb with easeless longing, for the hour is near when I will go, who with my love abide, dreaming across your luminous seas no more, to the far gates of heaven, where the tide flings wreck of worlds upon the reverberate shore. Nay, though my eyes grieve for the way we went, peace shall attend my heart, and love shall steep my passionate soul in waters of content. No more enamoured of my lady's sleep, I shall explore in tranquil wakefulness my love's own universe. Her little hands, her eyes, her lips, are all my loveliness, and these are all my heritable lands. This is the end of all things. Thou shalt cease, O heart, thy timeless journey followed far, for all thy days shall be inviolate peace, and all thy starry nights shall know one star, irradiant and serene, and thou, O mind, weary of thy long questionings, shall prove servant of my enchanted life, and find in all thy ways the wisdom that is love. The world is drunk with night. There gather slow from some remoter heaven to tempt my blood the mutable stars processional, and lo, on all the hills the moonlight is in flood, but I am wakeful yet. O song, ascend swift to her ears and bid her dreams depart. To night the sombre years shall have an end. To night shall bring her to my heart. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. The Last That Died of Love by Richard Middleton. Read for LibriVox.org by Sonia. The Last That Died of Love. Life is not dear or gay till lovers kiss it. Love stole my life away ere I might miss it. In sober March I vowed I'd have no lover. Love laid me in my shroud ere June was over. I felt his body take my body to it, and knew my heart would break ere I should rue it. June roses are not sad when dewdrops steep them. My moments were so glad I could not keep them. Proud was I love had made desire to fill me. I shut my eyes and prayed that he might kill me. I saw new wonders wreathe the stars above him, and oh, I could not breathe for kissing of him. Is love too sweet to last, too fierce to cherish? Can kisses fall too fast, and lovers perish? Who heeds since love disarms death ere we near him? Within my lover's arms I did not fear him. But since I died in sin, and all unshriven, they would not let me win into their heaven. They would not let my bier into God's garden, but bade me tarry here and pray for pardon. I lie and wait for grace that shall surround me. His kisses on my face his arms around me, and sinless maids draw near to drop above me a virginal sad tear for envy of me. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
The Ascetic's Love Song by Richard Middleton, read for LibriVox.org by Eva Davis. The Ascetic's Love Song. In a long valley of the wakeful night, I found her first who leaves me nevermore. She only being constant in my sight, many have stood and made mine eyelids sore, with sorrow of brief loving as the tides triumph the dream of love, but pain abides. She doth not call me old. In her embrace my body is made lovely, intricate, with throbbing veins and nerves that interlace my bones with threads of fire. More passionate than any mortal love, she stirs in me splendor of life beyond mortality. For at her kiss my senses wake, mine eyes win braver colors than our sunsets hold. My ears achieve the deathless melodies our songs but faintly echo. I behold my soul, a timid human thing, a nod in the vast body of a tortured god. And my ambitious earth that would not rest, cold in the grave but sought imperfect form, climbs to divinity upon her breast, and takes the kingdom of the gods by storm. I am beloved of pain, and she doth make my flesh immortal for her welcome sake. Cleansing the mortal part of me with fire of her consuming love, I am made pure. I am the singing child of her desire, the blossom of her passion. I endure a million lives, yet ever by my side there stays the burning body of my bride. And this is life indeed, by sleep forsworn. I feel the anguish of my rotting clay that yearned for Godhead, dying to be born, 1,000 times to die. And night and day I droop with life's excess, who once would plan that at the last I might be more than man. But serving her our souls seem nothing worth, fashioned by idle apes for apes to wear. There's never a weeping thing upon the earth that knows itself immortal, but we dare to make our frail humanity our pride, and by our senses we are crucified. Her love exalted us like new-pressed wine. Night long I see great limbs that writhe and sprawl upon a shrunken world, and they are mine. I taste the torment of the buds that fall, spoil of the frantic seasons, and forlorn I share the anguish of the pregnant corn. And o'er my aching consciousness there sways the poised image of incarnate pain, with ruddy hair and cheek and eyes that blaze, despotic in desire. I bid her reign empress of my aspiring dust, and kill my rebel soul that would be master still. For love is sorrow's sublimate, and tears are the last words of lovers. There survives, after the brilliant frenzy of our years, our memory of these. Our little lives make but a sorry tale, until we go invulnerable with remembered woe. Once, when the pallid shadows of the day achieved the shape of woman, I was fain to prove my manhood. Now I take my way, wearing the token of my mistress' pain. For she is constant, round me she doth fold closer her arms, though I am passing old. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
To an Idle Poet by Richard Middleton, read for LibriVox.org by Larry Wilson. Ah, poet, dreaming still, The future weaves new threads of silver for your careless head. In vain the arrow of your years is sped To reach the goal you wot not. Now it cleaves the airs of sleep where drowsy wonder grieves Fast in the grave of the forgotten dead. Lo, all your gallant words are yet unsaid, And all your songs but silence. Time deceives Your little hour with gift of greener leaves And fairer flowers, and dreaming in your bed The dream eternal you shall soon be shed As poppy stalks among the gladdening sheaves, As dust among the corn unwinnowed. Ah, poet, dreaming still, who should but weep For sorrow of the moments falling fast, And years of wonder perished while you passed Treading the very gentle ways of sleep Because the mountains of the world are steep. Why leapt your blood to life, that now at last You should take refuge in your dreams, aghast Before the glory of the heavenly deep Where frail ships strive to God with pitiful mast? Arise and make the world your own! Though now the better years are gone, There linger still glad memories where dawn On field and hill trod while you slept. Towards the mountain's brow Night gently leads her peace. Awake and vow all to the world. Before the shadows kill, Shake off the chains of sleep. The merest rill shall heed your word, The tallest tree shall bow, And you shall make the mountains what you will. For though man only lives his sombre days To sicken at his task of life and die, Dreading the silent and unfriendly sky That has not heard his message, still he plays His part in God's great pageant, and obeys His soul's command, albeit grudgingly. And where his hesitant feet have wandered by, His footprints scar the world, and by His ways 100 ages tread. His heedless phrase Rings in the ears like an angelic cry Heard before birth and treasured timelessly, And all his timid hopes and quick dismays Thrill in their hearts and build their heaven on high. And though your joyful tales be left half told, Your songs but tuneful moments that might be, Your children's children at their mother's knee Shall whisper them, and shall not find them old, Saying, "Our fathers were of sterner mould, Who tore grim secrets from the cruel sea That beats upon our hearts." Your words, set free From taint of mortal lip, shall make them bold To dare the great adventure, and behold Truth as a goddess enthroned eternally Upon the lives of men. You hold the key to all the future and its brighter gold, And unborn ages wait on your decree. Then, poet, dream no more. Creative Spring Bends to her task, and Summer's at the gate Calling the scarlet poppies. Soon or late Autumn will scatter them unpitying Before the coming of the frosty king. So shall it be with your imagined state, Your visionary pomp. Time shall abate The hoarded treasure of your dreams, and bring The dreamer to the dust on shattered wing. Your children shall not know you. Love and hate and fear shall pass you by, and you shall wait As one who has not lived, for death to sing Your weakness and your sorrow and your fate. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Envoi by Richard Middleton. Read for LibriVox.org by Sonia. Envoi. All the drear summer time, in hot and dusty places, we watch the roses die, and still our lips, made black by thirst, sang bravely of the ships that brought us to the Isle of Lovely Faces, while yet our youth held all the world in fee, and dared the stars from an exultant sea. No more in haunts of green the maidens bound their posies, no more their laughter leapt to greet the May. There was an end of our brief holiday, and there was no more passion in our roses. So one by one we watched the petals fall, and found no buds to grace the carnival. And yet of nights we sang, long nights and tired morrows, and yet we sang of our delicious spring, the magnificent ruling time of love, our king, whose name made sweet our lips within our sorrows, and thus we built fair dreams of delicate rhyme, far from our palaces, all the long summer time. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. End of Poems and Songs by Richard Middleton.